Hello kittens! It is nearly July, it is June 30th, which means we are so close to the second half of the year, which is terrifying. Oh wow, I did not need that reality check right now. This week I have no idea what I'm doing, so let's discover it together, but I know what I'm going to be reading. So today I have already read No Ivy League. This is a graphic novel about a young girl who is homeschooled and is, on track for college. She's doing community college instead of high school because she's amazing. And she goes to help out with an ivy, like a ivy destroying thing in the forest. Like there's ivy, it's killing the trees and she has to pull it away. And while she's there, she meets a diverse group of at-risk teens, and that, forces her to think about why she's being homeschooled and what kind of experiences she's missing out on. I gave this book a 3 stars. It wasn't particularly insightful, nothing happened, the main character didn't really grow, but it was really interesting, and I got this book as an ARC from NetGalley. This week I'll be trying to read 4 books. One of them is quite short, 2 of them are quite short I think, but we'll see how it goes. So the first one is The Forgotten Past. This one is another NetGalley ARC, and it is the story of history from people who are not kings and queens. The second one is Jane Austen's Pride and Prejudice as an easy reader in Swedish, so we'll see how that goes. Obviously I know the plot of Pride and Prejudice, so it should be pretty easy and a pretty quick read, but it is in Swedish and they tend to take me a bit longer. Then we have The Fated Sky. This is the second book in the Mary Robinette Cowell's The Lady Astronaut duology, so I can't tell you much about the plot of this. The first book follows Elma, who is a calculator for NASA. She's a woman, and she is having holiday with her husband. They are celebrating an anniversary, and then a meteor crashes into Earth, destroys a whole chunk of America, and people start looking for other ways off the planet. So it's an alternate history. It's 1960s, I believe, so there's a lot of housewife stuff, but Elma's secret wish is to be an astronaut, and the first book is about whether or not she can make that happen. It is phenomenal. I love Mary Robinette Cowell's writing, and I can't wait to check out The Fated Sky. The last book is a chunker, and it is Mythos by Stephen Fry. It's roughly 450 pages long. Yes, I did look, because it's huge, but it is also beautiful. And this was a gift for me from What Victoria Read. I won a giveaway, I believe. I can't wait to read this. It looks amazing and has some stellar reviews, and Stephen Fry's an excellent guy, so hopefully this will be my reading week, and I'll let you know how it goes. Guess who's making chicken tonight? It goes so much more slowly to read in a different language. I feel like I am not making any progress. So the weather has turned. It is so cold, but it is raining a little bit. And I'm not in the mood to read, I just want to sleep. But today's goal is to do 80 pages, so 40 pages on the way back, and then I can have a nap when I get home. Best laid plans, right? guys, so it is a Wednesday, so obviously my vlog came out yesterday on Tuesday, and I'm just overwhelmed with the huge amount of support and love that you guys left for me in the comments after I lost my job. I know everyone says it, but YouTube can feel so lonely and like you're just kind of like making videos into the void, and you guys give me such strength and courage, and I was able to be kind of happy at work today because I knew that you guys had my back. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. It genuinely means so much, and I'm not going to keep going on about it because it's cringy and we both know it, but I just really appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching, thank you for hitting like, thank you for subscribing, thank you for commenting. Even if you do none of that, thank you just for being here and listening and watching and Time for a quick reading update. So actually I'm kind of surprised that I managed to finish this yesterday. That is the speed that I read a normal book in. Admittedly not one this short, but still a normal, you know, book would take me around 2 days. So I'm so proud of myself for having finished this one. It's really annoying that it's not in Goodreads, so I might have to just say that I reread Pride and Prejudice, even though this is the easy reader edition. But yeah, I'm proud of myself. This wasn't easy, like there were lots of bows and curtsies and stuff, but I was able to pick up a lot of the vocab from context because obviously I know the story and I've read it before, and I'm really glad that I read this and that I finished it, and the first book of July is officially already counted. And then on the bus this morning, I picked up my second book, which is Sell It Like Serhant. Serhant is a property developer. He is also a reality TV star in the property market. I think he's on $1 Million Listing. And I am about halfway through. This is a book about his his sales method and how he succeeded in life. It's very generic. I'm sorry, Serhant. I'm sorry, Ryan. A lot of the advice is, you know, don't doubt yourself, be confident, go out there. But some of it is useful, but it's not really useful in the sense of like, I would be able to apply it to my job. It's a lot about chasing leads and things like that, and obviously I do not work in sales, so that isn't very interesting to me, but I am seeing some places in my networking and in my contracting life where I can apply his advice. So yeah, I think I really just enjoy Ryan's writing style, or the ghostwriter's writing style, whichever it is. I'm not going to point fingers, but whoever wrote this book, they have a really easy to read writing style. Like I said, the advice is a little bland, but I'm hoping that as we get through the book, there will be more and more specific advice that I could actually like take and action on, and not just, you know, meet one new person a day, because I live in Sweden and I don't really leave the house and my main hobby is reading. So he said to find your strength and go and meet one person every day in a place you feel comfortable, and I'm like, I could go up to people in the library and introduce myself, like, that's a thing, I could do that, so maybe I will. But yes, like I said, I am enjoying it, and I've said that about 5 million times, so I'm just gonna go away now.
I've been locked out of the office.
We are outside again. This is not because I didn't manage to get into the office, I did. It's now 12-ish, 12:10-ish. We're waiting for a bus and we're gonna go shopping. So if you want to come with me on another shopping date where we explore old Linköping, then hop on board. Technically I have done all of the shopping that I came to this city to do, which was essentially to buy tea and look at their cross-stitching and knitting stores, which you have seen. But there is a bookstore in this city that there is not in, or a much bigger one in this city than there is in my own. So I'm just going to pop in and hopefully not buy anything. bookshop, the disappointing bookshop, because it never has anything I want in. Even in the small English section, I'm just like, no, no, I'm good. And because I was in there, I missed my train and I have to wait 30 minutes for the next one. So I'm back from the doctor's and it rained so hard, I'm like soaked. Can you see it? Look at that. And this is it like after it's calmed down too. So what I thought was perfect weather for making a cup of tea. Sitting in my little reading den with a cup of tea. Also I got this lip balm, it's the Bertie Bees Glimmer Lip Balm. I've forgotten what colour it is, I can tell you if you ask. But it's kind of fake looking, but I kind of like it. My lips are shiny now. I don't know if I like it or not, but it's cute, I think. Let me know in the comments down below. If you think I look cute, just type glitter. Just let that be the start of your comment. And then I will know that you think this lipstick looks so cute on me. Okay, cup of tea time to get rid of this lipstick, because that's how this works. Life is a never-ending struggle. Alrighty, so it is Thursday, which means it is nearly the end of the week. I'm so excited for the end of the week. I went on a small shopping haul and bought some makeup and some nail varnish because I really want to start taking a bit of pride in my appearance. Part of that is due to you guys. I really suffer with not like taking care of myself, and knowing that I'm going to be on video every day in front of you guys makes me want to, which is nice, I guess. Although maybe it's bad, I don't know. We can have a whole conversation about unhealthy beauty standards in the comments down below if you want. I have post. More importantly, I have post. And this time I'm going to remember not to try and show you my address. So I have already opened it because I did your face. It's this nice little box. You pull it out and then it's got a little note on the Parker case. And then you pull it out of the Parker case too. And it's a little pen and it has my nickname on it. It says Cat's Pen. I love you so much, Cute Rock. Words cannot describe. Thank you so much for my pen. Definitely gonna have to use it right now. Try it out. Box smells weirdly good. As you saw on the balcony, I am nearly done with this non-fiction self-help book, Ryan Serhant's Sell It Like Serhant. This actually got really good. There were a couple of chapters in the beginning, which I remember telling you was quite generic, and then in the middle there were some very sales-focused chapters, but by the time we got to the end, I felt very motivated, and like honestly, some of his advice in here is really gonna help me in my own career as a software consultant, and as an author probably, because it's like making manageable goals and then thinking about the step-by-step process to get there. So if your goal is to write, say, 50,000 words in a month, hashtag NaNoWriMo, then you have to do a certain amount a week, and just breaking it down and like not just the certain amount a week, but what are the blockers, and he does a really good job of explaining it. And if you're interested at all in goal setting, I actually recommend that you pick this up. I didn't think I would because like I said, I thought the first bit was a bit generic, but maybe that's because I have been reading self-help books for a really long time and I'm very aware of the genre, and also I've been watching Ryan Serhant's YouTube channel, which is linked down below. He doesn't need my exposure, but he's got a huge YouTube channel, probably because he's a reality TV star. But yes, I did enjoy this. I think it's really well written. It comes across very personable and nice, and like I said, I really like the advice. And Ryan is very much open to you getting in contact with him as well, which is super sweet. I'm going to try and finish this before bed, otherwise you will see me reading it on the bus tomorrow. And then I'm going to finally pick up Mythos by Stephen Fry. And I'm not sure I'm going to read just it continuously Friday and Saturday and get it finished on Saturday. One, because it's freaking huge. It's just shy of 500 pages, and 2 because it's a non-fiction book, which, as I've said, I do tend to read a bit more slowly anyway, but also because I really want to get started on The Fated Sky. And yes, I know my TBR has changed a little bit from the beginning of the week. I was actually trying to do the Book Junkie Trials scribe path with my Jane Austen was going to be my fantasy selection, and then obviously Serhant is my random, but then I realised none of the books I'd chosen were over 500 pages, so yeah, that failed miserably. Maybe next year. Maybe I'll be more organised next year and the bingo machine will be kinder to me. On that note though, I am terrified about my newts because the bingo machine and the newts prompts. Oh, also I stole a book. I'm not sure if it's really stealing because there's a bookshelf at my workplace that people bring their old books into and you can borrow them and stuff. But since I'm being fired and my last working day is next week, I'm not sure I should have borrowed this because I don't intend on reading it this month. But this is Pride and Prejudice, and it's proper Pride and Prejudice, not easy reader, and it's things, you know, like every object in the next day's journey was new and interesting to Elizabeth, and her spirits were in a state for enjoyment. And I'm just like, I needed this in my life. It's so cute. It's one of my favourite books. It's Cute Rock's favourite book, so obviously I had to pick this up. And, you know, if I read it, maybe I'll give it back to them. Maybe not. I probably will. There are Jane Austen books I haven't read, actually, so maybe I should focus on reading those instead, but... It is Saturday morning, it is super sunny, the rain has stopped, so I thought I would get my sunbathing on, but I just remembered that there is a dead bee on the balcony, or possibly a sleeping bee, which was there last night, so I need to go take care of that first. Wish me luck. Isn't it just glorious out here? This is my life right now. Blue skies, sun, warmth. To be honest, I'm not enjoying this as much as I thought I would. I love mythology of all kind of like types, but at the moment we're just getting like chapters and chapters of essentially the Bible. So, you know, dude beget dude 2 and dude 3 beget these 3 children and dude 5 beget. It's like, I really feel like Stephen Fry could have done a better job of introducing these guys in footnotes and been like, these people are their mothers, rather than listing off the children of the particular pair, because I'm like, I have no idea who any of these people are now. This is just a character dump, and but I am enjoying his writing style. I think that's really good, and I'm looking forward to like the bits. I'm about 50-60 pages in. The bits which had stories in were really interesting, but yeah, like I said, the get chapters, not so much. Alright, so it is the end of another weekly vlog. Just happy to be at the end of the week. It is a Saturday night. I am just about to take my makeup off and go to bed, as I am getting a little bit of a tension headache, but that's not your problem. So what did I read this week? I had a pretty slow reading week. The first book I finished was pretty fast. I finished this on Tuesday, and this is an easy reader of Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. The guy on my bus said he read the blurb and then he was like, oh, so it's a typical romance story, and I was like, it's like the first one, dude. He hadn't read it, he didn't know the plot, he was just like, oh yeah, and I was like, they followed this formula because Jane Austen kind of came up with it. But anyway, so I finished this. This was the first book I finished. It was obviously a 5-star. I love Jane Austen. The Swedish means that I won't rate it on Goodreads, but you know, y'all know my heart. The second book I picked up was Ryan Serhant's Sell It Like Serhant. It got me super inspired about my own career and things I can do, actionable goals to improve that, even though currently I am a little bit between contracts. And yeah, I just really enjoyed this. It was interesting and really well written. And it's also quite short. Then the third book I dipped into was Mythos by Stephen Fry. As I said this morning, it's a bit dry sometimes, but I am enjoying it when it talks about the actual stories that are happening. It's definitely not as well written as Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, but then Neil Gaiman is a very famous author, and I'm not sure Stephen Fry is famous for that reason. But yes, I am hoping to enjoy it a bit more once everyone stops giving birth to everybody. So hopefully no more begets. And I'm on page 90. So that is it for physical reads this week, which is actually a very slow reading week for me, especially given that these two are really short. However, I did manage to read about 70% of the Astronaut Wives Club. So I've been listening to this one on Audible. It's not great. It is very anti-feminist, almost honestly. It's about the wives of the astronauts during the first and second lunar trials, and it focused on the home and hearth they were and how they supported their husbands' careers. It had one incredible moment of homophobia that I was like, how did they even let that be published? But other than that, it has been okay. It kind of makes me want to go around wearing fancy dresses and being a housewife for some reason, but it's very 1950s, and I think that the author's writing style is quite slow. The narrator does a great job of trying to bring it to life with her southern-ish accent, but no, it's not really for me. I will let you know once I finish it, but I'm really interested in the astronauts' careers and I thought this would be a really interesting addition. I'm going to check out the first couple of episodes of the TV series to see if that's better, because I feel like it can't be like the book, because the book is literally just a list of events that happened, but we'll see. Alright, that is it for me for the week, kittens. I hope you guys are feeling well. I hope you have a great book and a good cup of tea, and I hope to see you in my next video. Don't forget to hit like if you like, or dislike if you didn't. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you again soon. Bye! Ryan at Serhant, sell it like Serhant. Ryan at Serhant, sell it like